My phone alarm rang at 6 a.m. Today was the most important day of my life. I had a job interview at 10 a.m. This job was perfect for me. I needed this job very much. I jumped out of bed. I put on my best dress. I looked in the mirror. I looked good. I felt ready. Nothing could go wrong today. I ran to the train station. I was excited but nervous. My heart was beating fast. I looked at the big board. Platform 3, train to Central City. I ran to Platform 3. The train was already there. I got on quickly. I found a seat by the window. I checked my phone. It was 8:30 a.m. Perfect. I would arrive at 9:30 a.m. I had enough time. I closed my eyes. I thought about the interview. I practiced my answers in my head. Everything would be fine. Then I heard the announcement. Next stop, Millfield Station. My eyes opened quickly. Millfield? That was not right. I was going to Central City. I looked around the train. This was the wrong train. My stomach felt sick. I had to get off. I had to catch the right train. At Millfield Station, I could take another train to Central City. The train stopped. I got off quickly. I looked at my phone. It was 9:15 a.m. I still had time. I could still make it. But when I looked around, something was wrong. The station was completely empty. No people anywhere. No workers, no passengers, nothing. The lights above my head were flickering, on and off, on and off. They made a strange buzzing sound. I looked at the big station clock. It showed 3:17, but my phone showed 9:42 a.m. That was impossible. How did 27 minutes pass so quickly? I walked to the ticket counter. Nobody was there. I called out, "Hello? Is anyone here?" My voice echoed in the empty station. No one answered. I decided to walk into town. Maybe I could find someone to help me. Maybe I could call a taxi. The town was very strange. All the shops were open. The lights were on. I could see coffee cups on tables. Steam was still coming from the cups. The coffee was still hot. But there were no people anywhere. I walked down the main street. I looked into every shop. I saw fresh bread in the bakery. I saw newspapers on the stand. Everything looked normal. But where was everyone? As I walked, I noticed something odd about my shadow. It was not moving correctly. When I moved right, sometimes my shadow moved left. When I stopped, my shadow kept moving. I stopped walking. I looked down at the ground. My shadow was moving by itself. It was waving at me. My hands started shaking. This was not normal. This was not possible. Then my phone rang. I looked at the screen. It said, "Boss, Mr. Williams." I answered quickly. "Hello, Mr. Williams. I am so sorry I am late. I took the wrong train and—" But the voice that answered was not Mr. Williams. It was my own voice. It was me talking. "Hello, Mr. Williams. I am so sorry I am late. I took the wrong train and the voice was laughing. It was my voice laughing in a horrible way. Wrong train and wrong train and wrong train and. The voice kept repeating my words. It got louder and more distorted. I hung up the phone. My hands were shaking badly now. I needed to get out of this place. I ran back to the station. A train was waiting there. I did not care where it was going. I just wanted to leave. I got on the train. I sat down. I looked out the window. The train started moving, but something was wrong again. I saw the same town passing by the window, the same shops, the same empty streets, over and over again. The train was going in a circle. We passed the same places again and again. The bakery, the coffee shop, the newspaper stand. I was trapped. I got off the train again. I was breathing heavily. I was very scared now. I sat down on a bench. I put my head in my hands. What was happening to me? Then I saw a newspaper on the ground next to the bench. I had not seen it before. I picked it up. The headline made my blood turn cold. Young woman missing on way to job interview. Below the headline was a photo. It was a photo of me. I was wearing the same dress I was wearing then. I looked at the date on the newspaper. It was from 2 months ago. I dropped the newspaper. My hands were shaking so hard, I could not hold it. I understood now. I was the missing woman. I never left this place. I had been here for 2 months. But how was that possible? I remembered leaving my house this morning. I remembered getting on the wrong train. I screamed. I screamed as loud as I could. Suddenly, everything went black. I woke up in my bed. I was sweating. My heart was beating very fast. It was just a nightmare. Just a bad dream. I looked around my room. Everything was normal. My alarm clock said 6 a.m. Today was my job interview. I felt so relieved. It was just a dream. None of it was real. I got out of bed. I put on my best dress, the same dress from my dream. I looked in the mirror. I looked exactly like I did in the dream, but it was just a coincidence. Dreams sometimes feel very real. I walked to the kitchen to make coffee. My phone was on the counter. Then my phone started ringing. I looked at the screen. It said, "Unknown number." I answered the phone. A voice started laughing. It was my own voice, laughing in the same horrible way from my dream. Wrong train and wrong train and wrong train and I dropped the phone. It crashed on the kitchen floor. I looked around my room. Was this real? Or was I still dreaming? I ran to the window. I looked outside. The street was completely empty. No people anywhere. The lights were flickering. It was not a dream. It had never been a dream. Would you survive being trapped in a town with no people? If you enjoyed this creepy story and want to improve your English, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Lesson of the day: nightmare. Nightmare means a very bad or scary dream. Example from the story: it was just a nightmare, just a bad dream. Extra examples: I had a nightmare about a monster last night. She woke up crying because of a nightmare. Don't worry, it's only a nightmare.